Welcome to the second episode of Building a Portfolio. I kind of feel like I haven't talked to the camera in a while. That's because I went to Figma config. If you haven't watched this video, I think it's one of my best work, not gonna lie. But if you missed the first episode of this series, I told you guys how to find cool and interesting ideas for fake projects on portfolios. So today it's persona and research day for my app. If you're new here, hi, I'm Yaeli. I'm a senior product designer. I work at Chainlink Labs, and my app for this series is a dating app for nomads and remote workers. What could be the best idea that I can run with in this series? Dating apps suck. What if my future husband isn't even in my country? There are 8 billion people in this world. Why should I limit myself geographically to find love? I work remotely. I don't mind moving abroad. I love traveling anyway. I'm going to take airport crushes to the next level. Introducing stamps. Let love move you. That's not good enough. Introducing stamps. We're catching flights and feelings. I did mention in one of my last videos that when you have a real project, it's really easy to get info from real users. You know, they share their problems, their pain points. You can interview them, ask them questions, and you have like real life struggles. So that's why I really recommend for the fake projects that you pick things that you're gonna be the persona for, because you know your struggles the best. And that's exactly why I chose to be my persona for stamps. I happen to be a single, fully remote girl that is looking for love. And to really start your research, Figma is actually doing a really good job with FigJam. So my entire research is gonna be on FigJam. This is a persona template that they actually have. So you go here to templates, you just type persona, and it's literally the first one. And I use this template a lot, like in my real actual job. So it's really good, and of course you can tweak it and change it if you really need to. I start with like the basic information, you know, my age, where I live, what I do, and then in the bio I do want to get something like more personal. And for me it's really important to always have a quote. I feel like it delivers the message better when it's like personal first body talk. And so my quote is, there are 8 billion people in the world. Why should I limit myself geographically? That's an actual sentence that I have told my friends in the past. By the way, I have dated outside of Israel. I don't have any problem with it. I don't have a problem with long distance relationships, and that's why I have that idea for this app, obviously. So the apps I'm currently using are Hinge, Tinder, and Instagram. I know, surprising, right? But Instagram, you'll see later, Instagram is becoming a dating app. Anyway, this is a part of the template as well. So you have these two polar opposites and you want to know where your user stands. So I'm an extrovert, if you didn't notice until now. I'm very creative, much more than analytical. Don't talk to me about analytics and numbers. I'm pretty busy. I'm very organized. I'm a team player. I think I took it a bit too. I think I'm more of here. Like I do love my independence, but I'm a team player when it comes to like, I love people. I'm pretty active. I would say like somewhere in the middle, and I am very risky. This actually needs to be a bit more here. Yeah, I live life on the risky side, and I'm also very impulsive. So now this template gives you like more about your persona. So they have interests, influences, goals, needs and expectations, and motivations. It seems like it's gonna be easy to answer these questions, but filling this out took me like 1 or 2 hours. I'm not even kidding. I'm gonna go over them. Goals I'm gonna leave to the end, and you'll see why in just a sec. Interests: loves to travel, likes the freedom and flexibility that comes with a remote job, interested in technology, history, and the human mind, obsessed with podcasts, specifically true crime, always wants to try new things, enjoys challenges. Influences: love seeing couples on IG, but is very aware that life doesn't really look like this. This is that's my toxic trait, looking at like beautiful couples on Instagram and like, couples goals, and then they break up like after a week. I'm very much aware that Instagram is a lie, but you know, I love seeing people in love, and I love love, and I don't know, it gets me. What do you want me to say? My parents are a very strong couple, and I aspire to have like long-lasting partnership like them. They're like a very, very good friend. Needs and expectations. It's important to say that when you fill it out, talk about things that are relevant to your app. I don't want to be sucked into a dating app like social media app. Like I don't want to just forever scroll and like waste all my time. Needs the app to be very straightforward and easy to use. Love a delight moment and great experience. Obviously, I love beautiful apps. Expects to meet an intelligent man that has similar interests and is ready to have the last romantic relationship. That's a very bad wording. I want to meet someone and we're gonna be the last relation, like we're gonna get married basically. That's weird wording, my bad. And the reason I wrote this is because what I feel missing in like dating apps is kind of like the actual match between two people. Motivations is what will motivate the users to use the app. So at 37, I want to settle down and find that one guy to spend the rest of my life with. That's a better wording. The current dating apps aren't working. Like I don't go out on dates. Pain point and frustrations. The dating pool in Tel Aviv, which is where I live, is very small. Everyone knows each other and you date people that dated people that you know. Happened to me so many times that, you know, I have a match and then I show it to my friend and she's like, oh, I dated him. He was an asshole. And I'm like, oh, cool. Prefer dating outside of her culture and usually get along with non-Israeli men when it comes to dating. Dating apps are exhausting and I rarely get to the point that I actually meet someone outside the app. As I said, I don't go out on dates from the app. Even when switching apps, the same people appear on all of the apps. As I said, Israel is small, Tel Aviv is small. It doesn't matter which app I open. It's literally the same people. Dating apps give a sense of meat factory. On one hand, you want to add attractive photos, but on the other hand, you don't want to be judged only by looks. And now let's talk about the goals, because the goals is very interesting. You can think of like a very dry goal, like find a forever partner, like find a serious relationship. But in this step, I really recommend to ask the 7 whys. I talked about it in one of my videos. I don't remember which one. You ask why 7 times, and with each why, the answer gets deeper and deeper and deeper. It's pretty personal and it gets a bit deep, but let's go. So find her forever partner. Why? To share her life with. Why? Because it could be a bit lonesome sometimes and hookups are boring. Why? Because once you experience sex with feelings and caring, everything else isn't the same. Having someone to care for you and caring for them is priceless. Why? I feel there's a lot of love for me to give and I can be a really good partner. Why? I'm at a point in life which I'm much more mature than prior relationships. I got my priorities straight. I'm very busy in life. And in the past, I didn't have much going on and I would completely drown and lose myself in a partner, making myself very dependent and needy. Why? I needed to be alone and trust myself first. Many things I thought that only a man can give me, I was able to achieve and get for myself. I had to rely on me first. So I think these ones are like the most, like the ones that we really need to focus on. And so this is the persona research. One more thing I forgot. When I did my UX course and I had to find like fake projects, I used to send these forms in like a Facebook, Instagram with friends, whatever, and kind of collect data. Then I would like show it in my case study. I'm like, 30% of the people are blah, blah, blah. So it's a very short questionnaire. As I said, I forgot about it. I did it this morning. So I'm gonna actually put this form in the comments. I would love for you to answer it. And I'm also gonna post it on like Instagram with friends and stuff. Always start with a very easy question. My first question is gonna be, what dating apps are you on? And then the second question is the most important question. What is your biggest challenge when it comes to X? X is whatever you're working on. And then, do you think apps work? Yes, no. And the next questions I actually asked ChatGPT. It was really helpful. So what are you looking for in dating apps? What interests do you want to share with potential matches? What features are most important for you in dating apps? And what frustrates you the most about current dating apps? So this question is very similar to the second one, but the second question was dating in general. and this one is like on dating apps specifically because I want to know why people don't like apps. Okay, now that we're done with that, let's go to competitor research. I actually didn't add all the screens from the apps just because I know these apps so well. I use them every day, but I do recommend have all the screens in front of you. But actually in my research, it was really interesting for me to read other, like, researches that were written and performed by the actual dating apps. I think OkCupid does the most interesting researches on dating and like dating patterns. What was interesting for me is that Tinder has 75 million monthly active users and it's downloaded over 4 million times. So 75 million users downloaded the app 400 times. Interesting. Another one that was really interesting for me on Tinder is that many people reported using the app's social connectiveness for entertainment and distraction, to increase positive emotions and to cope with negative ones. OkCupid, as I said, are the most interesting ones, but I feel like for me, I'm 37 and I want my app to be more for like older people like myself. I'm not calling myself old, but I'm just saying not Gen Zers. Why I'm saying this to you is be careful on what references you're looking at, because an app like OkCupid that is really wants to be relevant for Gen Zers is not going to match exactly for your app that is going to be millennials. And one of the features that I like the most about OkCupid, basically they have a lot of questions that you can answer, and then you have like how much you agree, disagree with your potential partner. I am definitely stealing this feature. The interesting thing that OkCupid said is that the most answered questions included, are you sensitive? Are you sentimental? Like a list of questions that I'm gonna save because I want to have a similar feature. The next finding that I found is that January is the best month to join a dating app. It gives me a lot, like if I was a real business, I would launch my app in like December or January and use that statistics for me. The next app is Hinge. So Hinge is currently my favorite app. I didn't know that, but until 2018, Hinge was matching people based on their Facebook friends. I wish it was still so. I mean, people don't use Facebook anymore, but like I wish it was Instagram friends, LinkedIn, whatever. And I really like that it was user profile based and not just like looks, which is one of my biggest pain points. I feel like now Hinge is much more looks oriented, to be honest. In their website they do say like first impression and better matches, but I don't feel it. Some interesting stats. 44% of daters cite lack of responsiveness as a top dating challenge. Absolutely. So Hinge research found that focusing on fewer chats at a time lead to quicker responses. I'm definitely gonna use this information. I feel the same. I feel like I want to limit my users to not have too many chats or too many options. Chats that the first message is sent within the first 24 hours for the match are 72% more likely to result in a date. That is actually crazy. Like I would push my users to start chatting ASAP. 72% more likely to go on a date. It's huge. Like it's huge. And Instagram, I didn't go too deep into it. Two quotes that I really like is that you get to see more of who the person is. Like you really learn about Instagram. And you know what? Even if you see people on dating apps, I always search for like their socials. And the second quote is, I often recommend my single friends start following hashtags of the things they are interested in to find partner who has similar interests. Finding someone that has like common interest and like similar lifestyle, I think is a key, and I think I want that in my app. I googled what are the most high success rates dating app that there is. Match is apparently the best one. I actually tried to log into Match and I couldn't. So I don't know how it looks like. First of all, they exist since 1995. They have an algorithm to identify long-term capability. The second one is eHarmony. Again, I don't know about that at all, but it has psychological evaluations, kind of like personality test. That's what I want. I kind of want a matchmaker. And then I wanted to see if there's like an actual dating app for nomads or remote workers or whatever. And so I find find these two on Reddit. They said that Fairy Tale has terrible UX and the biggest one is Nomad Soulmates. So let's start with Nomad Soulmates. I felt that they're kind of more like community based. They throw meetups and like video introductions. To me, it sounds like a nightmare personally. They have a very long onboarding process. First of all, seeing this as the first screen literally told me everything I need to know. Yeah, I wrote comments yesterday on each screen, so I will remember what I want to talk about. This is my comment. This is horrific. I agree with myself. I liked the example of real couples, but it's not that inclusive, to be honest. After I filled in my date, they're like, you're 37. It sounds like an insult. You're 37. I know, bitch, I know. You can mark that you're part of the LGBTQ plus community. You're gonna see in just a second why I say that. This is a nice to have feature. So am I a remote worker? Am I a digital nomad? This is the real shit show. I forgot to take a screenshot of the screen before. They start with upload 2 photos. Cool, I upload 2 photos. I click next and then they give me your gallery. Why do I need, I mean, I like the statistics of like people with 6 photos have more like matches, but I'm not approved yet in the app. Like I haven't swiped on anyone, like I haven't felt the app yet. Why do I need so many photos? And then select your main photos. Seriously? Can't you do it in the first screen? So 3 screens for photos. That's crazy. And then match filters. And you remember why I told you that they have the checkbox for the LGBTQ plus community? I already told them that I'm straight. So why I need to uncheck women again? And then I finished this process. To congratulate you on completing your onboarding, we're gifting you 3 icebreakers. But they haven't approved my profile. So what am I gonna do with these 3 icebreakers now? Like, this is not a good timing for this pop-up. The second app was Fairy Trail. I really like that they have 99.99 real users. I don't know if it's true or not. Look how simple this is, only 3 steps. Instead of just adding a dry bio, they told you like, tell the most adventurous experience. It's cool. And then I picked an age with terrible UX. I really like that it's like last step, like it's cool. This is a sad screen, like welcome to travel buddy matching. And then it started showing me profiles. 60-year-old man. The second one was a 30-year-old woman. And I'm like, where are my customizations? Like, why no one asked me what I'm interested in? So I skipped 3 people. And only then they were like, oh, you're exploring without filters. And only then they asked me about these stuff. And also, if I want to be verified, I need to pay $6. None of these apps are good apps. You know what I mean? Next week, we're gonna go over each and every feature very deep, and we're gonna build an entire flow around it. I am super excited. I talked about this app with like some of my friends and everyone seems to love it. I might build this app. I don't know what to tell you. I am so excited for this project. So please like this video, subscribe to my channel so you won't miss anything. It's gonna be an amazing process. You're literally watching me designing an app on real time. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next week.